Tonight's reckoning!
Hey everyone, it's Deke. So you've all been asking for it, so it's finally here. We're going to do the dungeon-specific Crusader build. Those of you who have been watching the channel for a while may hear some of the same information that you've heard in other videos, but we're going to talk about this for dungeons specifically. So for the skills, we're going to use Sacred Fire, Holy Banner, Condemn, Drawn Quarter, and Falling Sword. As we get into the essences here, we're going to talk about Holy Banner specifically. First off, you guessed it, it's Arrow Keeper. Yay! We're also going to use the Folly of Zakharum, which is going to increase the duration of Holy Banner by 39%. And we're going to use the Pier of Sturbin, which increases the banner's duration based on killing enemies up to a maximum of 5.7 seconds. So just to be clear, these are the only two ways to extend your banner, by using the shoulders and by killing enemies with the Pier of Sturbin. The only other way to make banner longer is not to use Arrow Keeper, so that you throw it on the ground, it's like 11.5 seconds like that. But unless you bubble it, it's going to die. So this is about as good as it gets for the Holy Banner. Okay, for the chest, I use the Akarat's Rebuke, which is making Condemn add a skill damage attack to each primary attack that you use. There's some debate about this chest being the best. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Okay, for the legs, we're going to make Drawn Quarter be the fiery steed where you're burning everything and slapping it with your fire sword as you run by. I really dig this one. I think it's the strongest horse, to be honest. We're going to use Falling Sword, and we're going to use it with Blade Prison. So effectively, we throw down these lightning swords, and damage is kind of channeling through you and hitting mobs. So as an alternative, instead of using Condemn, you could use Conjuration of Light and use Justice Without Favor, which is going to surround you with fire damage, and this is also going to hit all of your allies that are close enough to you to catch it. So this is another good way to do damage, but I prefer Condemn. I like the ability to be able to re-trigger my buffs off of my set bonuses and my gems, and I can do that with Condemn much more frequently. It has a shorter cooldown, and I effectively can keep that buff up constantly throughout play, and it makes it so that I can have urges, bonuses, triggering the entire fight. And speaking of urges, we're going to use the 4-piece set, and that's going to give us the 30% additional beneficial effect, and also the 30% attack speed for 3 seconds on all of the party members as well as yourself. And then we're going to use the 2-piece War Rags of Shao Boss to increase our primary attack damage. Now for the cursed items, this is kind of hidden, you have to find this, but with Ghosted, which is triggering off of your beneficial effects, you actually can increase your attack speed with the 4 and 6-piece. So even though on face value this looks like you're just getting some damage mitigation, you're actually getting 16% attack speed when your clones are out. Okay, let's talk about combat rating and what you actually need to function in Hell 8. You need 11,800 combat rating in order to not be penalized for doing Hell 8 content, specifically dungeons here. As you can see, I'm running 15,343 combat rating in this build, my dungeon build. This increases all damage I deal by 11% and reduces all damage I take by 10%. But those numbers are capped. You actually only need about 12,500 combat rating to achieve 11 and 10% respectively. Once you've reached that 12,500 CR mark, you need to focus on things like beneficial effect, crit hit chance, crit hit rating. Those types of statistics become more important than combat rating once you've reached that mark. And yes, I said crit hit chance. If you read the skill Holy Banner, you'll see that every point of critical hit chance increases the critical hit damage of your Holy Banner from 135% up to the cap of 200%. Okay, so let's take a look at Paragon here. We're going to use the Mastermind tree, and let's assume that we're in a perfect party of 4 individual classes that are all different. This is going to give us several really powerful bonuses. 3% skill damage to everyone in your party, 3% damage reduction to everyone in your party. You're also going to get 2.5% critical hit chance for each different class in the party. You're also going to be able to make the boss vulnerable, taking 20% additional damage. If you choose your party wisely, Mastermind is hands down the strongest PvE Paragon tree. Okay, let's take a look at some gameplay here. This is a pugged party. I'm not getting my Mastermind bonuses because there are 2 Necromancers in the party. But I'm still benefiting from 7.5% critical hit chance because there's 3 different classes present, which really is still a pretty powerful buff. So the way I like to sequence my skills is I will cast Falling Sword first, then I'll cast Holy Banner. Then I'll either use Condemn or Drawing Quarter, but keep in mind you can use Condemn while you're mounted on Drawing Quarter. So I like to stagger my buffs so that I can continually re-trigger urges over and over and over again. So I will watch my buff cooldowns and I will cast Condemn as soon as I see that they're about to run out. And if Condemn is on cooldown, I'll cast Drawing Quarter and mount up. That also triggers those set bonuses. And this keeps the 30% attack speed up all the time on my entire party. All right, we made it to the end of the video. If you would like to be a part of the Wraith community on Discord, in Diablo Immortal, or in Diablo 4 in the upcoming Wraith clan, follow the link in the description below. I hope this helps some of you with your dungeon builds out there, and I will see you all in game. Thanks for watching, and happy crusading.